Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Rabia Halik from BS Biotechnology, and my subject is PC2, and my resource person is Dr. Hamad Mujib. Today, my presentation topic is X-ray diffraction. First of all, we'll discuss about contents, introduction, principle, working, applications, advantages, disadvantages, and references. What is X-ray diffraction? X-ray diffraction is a non-destructive technique that provides detailed information about the crystallographic structures, chemical composition, and physical properties of material. X-ray diffraction peak are produced by the constructive interference of an monochromatic beam of X-rays scattered at a specific angle from each set of lattice plane in a sample. The peak intensities are determined by the distribution of the atom within the lattice. Consequently, the X-ray diffraction pattern is the fingerprint of the periodic atomic arrangement in a given material. Principle of X-ray diffraction. The crystalline substances act as the three-dimensional diffraction grating for X-ray wavelength, similar to the spacing of plane in a crystal lattice. X-ray diffraction is now a common technique for a study of crystal structures and atomic spacing. X-ray diffraction is based on constructive interference of monochromatic X-rays and a crystal line sample. These X-rays are generated by a cathode ray tube, filtrated to produce monochromatic radiation, collimated to concentrate and directed toward the sample. The interaction of the incident rays with the sample produce constructive interference and a diffracted rate. When a condition satisfies Bragg's law and n stands for number, lambda is wavelength, indicate the wavelength, and is equal to t d indicate the distance, and sine theta is the angle between two rays. These law related the wavelength of electromagnetic radiation to the diffraction angle and the lattice spacing in a crystalline sample. These diffracted X-rays are then detected, perceived, and counted. By scanning the sample through a range of two theta angles, all possible diffraction direction of the lattice should be attained due to the random orientation of powdered material. Conversion of the diffraction peaks to D-spacing allow the identification of the minerals because each mineral has a set of unique D-spacing. Typically, this is achieved by comparison of D-spacing within the standard references pattern. All diffraction methods are based on generation of X-rays in an X-ray tube. These X-rays are directed at the sample and the diffracted ray are collected. A key component of diffraction is the angle between the incident and diffracted rays. Powder and single crystal diffraction vary in the instrumentation beyond this. How does it work? X-ray diffractometer consists of three basic elements: an X-ray tube, a sample holder, and an X-ray detector. X-rays are generated in a cathode ray by heating a filament to produce electrons, accelerating the electrons toward a target by applying a voltage, bombarding the target material with electrons. When electrons have sufficient energy to dislodge inner shell electron of the target material, characteristics X-rays spectra are produced. These spectra consist of several compounds, the most common being K alpha and K beta. K alpha consists in a part of K alpha 1 and K alpha 2. K alpha 1 has a slightly shorter wavelength and twice the intensity as K alpha 2. The specific wavelengths are characteristic of the target material. Filtrating by foils or crystal monochromators is required to produce monochromatic X-rays needed for diffraction. K alpha 1 and K alpha 2 are sufficiently close in wavelength such that a weighted which of the two is used. Copper is the most common target material for single crystal diffraction, with the copper K alpha radiation is equal to 1.5418. These X-rays are collimated and directed onto the sample. As the sample and detector are rotated, the intensity of the reflected X-ray is recorded. When the geometry of the incident X-ray is impinging the sample satisfy the Bragg's equation. Constructive interference occurs and a peak in intensity occurs. A detector records the process this X-ray signal and convert the signal to a count rate, which is then output to a device such as a printer or a computer monitor. Application of XRD. We use XRD in polymorphy study. Variable temperature and relative humidity study by PXRD. Scanning the crystal structure and lattice parameter using PXRD. PXRD is used in the pharmaceutical industry. PXRD is used in nano and material science. PXRD used in forensic studies and microelectronic industries using by PXRD. We can see in this picture a X-ray diffractometer. Advantages of XRD. XRD has numerous advantages like non-destructive nature, highly sensitive reliability, depth profiling, glancing incident angle, easy sample preparation. The system is user friendly. The operational procedure is conventional, fast speed, effective resolution, low maintenance cost, proper automation, easy data interruption that could be used for both qualitative and quantitative analysis in a wide range of applications. Disadvantages of XRD. It has a few disadvantages due to the use of harmful radiations. Moreover, there is a requirement of standard references to match for interference and an expensive instrument. It is used to study crystalline content, identify the crystalline phase, spacing between the lattice plane, scales of existence, professional order, and the exponential growth of the crystallites. It's my references, and thank you.